Hello, everybody, and welcome to the World Vale Tudo Championships 2 from Sao Paulo, Brazil. David Rotman along with you here to witness the finest, no-holds-barred talent fighters in the world. Tonight, 8 fighters from 6 countries will go head-to-head in a single elimination tournament to determine who will be the World Vale Tudo champion. And, of course, the super fight, Marco Ruas, the Brazilian phenom, versus the Russian bear, Oleg Taktarov. In Portuguese, Vale Tudo translates to anything goes, and that is true except for the following rules. No biting and no eye gouging. Fighters can win a fight in one of the following ways: submission, that is tapping out, knockout, referee or doctor intervention, a towel thrown in from the corner, or a decision, which will happen if any fight goes the 30-minute maximum. Now entering the arena, the fighter and Dutchman for our first fight. One of 2 Dutchmen in tonight's competition, the experienced Muay Thai boxer Kees, the Destroyer Bezems. "31 years old, 6'1" and 210 pounds, 12 years of Muay Thai fighting, and he is a good one.
Hello, this is my name Kees Bezems. I'm from the Netherlands, and I come here to be everyone.
His opponent, and the Dutchman's American opponent entering the arena, a disciplined submission fighter making his no-holds-barred debut, Vernon Tiger White. "24 years old, 6'1", 208 pounds. This will be a good one."
Hello, I'm Vernon Tiger White. I'm representing the Lion's Den from Lodi, California. I'm happy to be here at the World Vale Tudo Championships. I hope to win.
The rules, virtually there are none, Greg. And here they go. Our first fight is underway. Kees Bezems in orange, Vernon Tiger White in black, and he comes quickly for quick swings, and he's got him in the chute. Now he's down. In the mount, Bezems throwing some swings, striking hard as we knew he would. Elbow to the head.
Beezum's holding tight in the guard here now with elbows and strikes.
Vernon in the guard, keeping close to keep the elbows and fists of Beezum's off of his head. Very aggressive striker in Beezum's.
Very powerful. See those punches, you can hear him.
Trying to strike. Guarding himself well is White. He's in the guard. Why don't you explain that to our viewers?
The guard is more, a lot of people think it's really a defensive hold, but it's really not. As you can see, Beezum using his legs to control Woods and stopping him from getting on top of him. If Woods is able to go on top, it could be dangerous.
Strike's not really landing from Beezum's. Vernon protecting himself well, but those elbows have got to hurt.
Those are starting to pay their dividends. Yes, they definitely are.
In the guard, he still is. Now White exposes himself to possible blows, as does Beezum's. Now White can swing. In the headlock. Now the kicks to the face from up.
Watch out for the leg lock. Watch for the leg lock.
Looking for the leg lock, as is Beezum's.
He's almost got it. He's almost got it. Woods going for the leg crank. This is his favorite move, he told us earlier. He's going for the leg lock. He's almost got him.
Looking for the heel hook. That is what White wants. Beezum's, is he in trouble, or is White in trouble?
Woods almost, oh, Beezum's able to pull out of it. This could be trouble.
Still looking for the heel is White, as is Beezum's. Both of them going for the heel hooks. Neither really exchanging many strikes due to the leverage.
And he taps out!
Vernon White wins it on the heel hook, and he had told us in our interviews earlier that he would beat Beezum's with a heel hook, and he did.
He did exactly as he told us. He said he may have to take a blow or two to get in. He did exactly what he told us. That was his favorite move here tonight. A great finish to a great fight.
And Beezum's and White, of course, exchanging gratitude for one another. Fighters have great respect for each other. What was amazing about that fight, if you're new to this sport, you would have thought Beezum's had the upper hand.
Yeah, he definitely had the control from the beginning. He landed a couple very powerful blows. White accepted those blows and stayed on his game plan, which was to take him to the ground and finish him in an ankle lock, and he did exactly what he wanted to do.
So the Muay Thai fighter loses to Vernon Tiger White from Stockton, California, a submission fighter, and he fights in the Lion's Den, a very reputable dojo up in the middle of California.
Yeah, anybody that comes here from the Lion's Den, you know they're prepared to put on a good fight. We see Frank Shamrock here and Jerry Bolander in the corner of Vernon White. That right there speaks for itself. These are a tough group of guys.
The winner, again,
ladies and gentlemen,
will go to the ring for the announcement of Vernon's victory.
Vernon White for submission.
Tiger White winning his first no-holds-barred debut.
In red corner, Hubert Numrich from Germany.
And now entering the arena, Hubert Numrich, the German, our only German in tonight's competition. Lots of experience, 37 years old, and he's a Thai boxer who just fought 12 rounds and lost in a decision in the Thai World Championships. A big fella at 6'5", 285 pounds. He'll be fighting out of the red corner. Now entering the arena, the Russian from Odessa, Ukraine, Yuri Ulanitsky. This is a young 23-year-old Sambo fighter, 6'1", 205 pounds, but very confident. Greg, on paper, this seems like a classic striker-grappler matchup.
Yeah, it really does here. Numrich, definitely the big, heavy striker. Punches, kicks, knees, and elbows. I expect a good fight here.
There is a big difference in size and experience with this large edge going to Numrich. Could this be a factor in this fight?
If Yuri's able to take the big man down to the ground, he'll alleviate all that problem because we expect him to be very good on the ground. This guy comes with some very high credentials.
Sergio Battarelli explaining the rules to our fighters. Ulanitsky is a very confident young fighter. This is his first no-holds-barred competition, but he fights in Sambo, which is a very aggressive ground fighting discipline. We're about ready for fight number 2 of the World Vale Tudo Championships 2, and the fighters engage in a hello, and here we go. Ulanitsky trying to get in the, bringing down the big Numrich. Numrich underneath. Mounting is Ulanitsky, half mount. Very few blows exchanged, staying tight. Ulanitsky pushing off of Numrich, drawing a blow. Look out for the locks.
Beautiful, beautiful move. Beautiful Sambo move. Right when Ulanitsky wanted to do. Charge in, take him to the ground, finish him quick. He did exactly what he told us he was going to do, too. So far in these fights, these guys are going right what they told us they were going to do. Love to see it.
So Ulanitsky, very confident, young, and rightfully so. They're going to say thank you to one another. Again, a sign of respect in this fierce competition. Ulanitsky, the winner in, I don't have the time on that yet. That was a quick one, Greg.
Very quick indeed. The finishing hold on that was an arm bar. He mounted, rolled to his right side, and put him in an arm bar, and there's just absolutely nothing that Numrich could do in that situation.
I think Numrich had thought when he went to the ground, and he went to the ground quicker than he had hoped to, being a Thai boxer, thought he could strike on the ground and get out in this discipline, but the Sambo wrestling able to make the fighters submit quickly.
Never even gave him a chance.
The winner from
So
the
size
second
has
fight,
nothing to do with this fight,
Yuri
and
Commandant,
let's go to the ring for the winning announcement.
For submission.
Yuri Ulanitsky, 23 years old.
Hi, my name is Pedro Mirza. My first time here in the World Vale Tudo Championship 2, and I will try to do my best.
Entering the ring now, Pedro Rizzo from Rio de Janeiro, a Huas Vale Tudo discipline. He's 22 years old, 6'1", 225 pounds. His opponent, Nico Hill from Los Angeles, California. His discipline is karate, 27 years old.
Hello, my name is Nico, and I consider it an honor to be at the World Vale Tudo Championships. The best competition is here, and I expect to walk away representing my style, strategic street self-defense, as a winner.
Nico Hill in purple, going for the quick strikes. Rizzo, down Nico, brings down Rizzo, or might be vice versa. Rizzo fighting hard, trying to get in the mount is Rizzo.
Hill holding him in a side headlock.
Side headlock.
Rizzo in a side mount now.
Rizzo with Hill with swings.
To the back of the head.
Almost got his fingers there for a fish hook, which is illegal. On the side mount, Rizzo on top.
Rizzo very patient, as you can see here. That's a jiu-jitsu style, just to be very patient and sit and wait. Wait for your opponent to make a mistake. He's in the side mount now, but try to convert that to a full mount.
Trying to get loose with a headbutt. No fish hooking, as our referee is telling our fighters.
He will try to keep his knee on the back of Rizzo's. He'll keep his knee on Rizzo's on Hill's back to stop him from going for the mount. As you can see, holds that knee high. That'll prevent Rizzo from going to the full mount.
Some body blows there from Rizzo to Hill. Hill down on the bottom, but avoiding the headlock, staying tight is Rizzo. There's a headbutt, half guard, and a blow to the face. And a headbutt from Rizzo. Another headbutt. And he's going for the strikes with the head. Hill holding him off well. Getting a better grip is Rizzo, and there's some blows to the face. And that's it. Rizzo able to take down Nico Hill, and it looked like he submitted to blows.
Yeah, he really didn't have anything strong to make him submit. Hill put up the best fight that he could. He felt there was really nothing he could do at that point, and it was just a matter of time. Gave up, and that was basically what you saw there.
Was there any sort of lock that we didn't see from this angle?
I don't think there was anything, a submission lock that we would call anything that he was really looking for that we would call a choke, an armbar, or an ankle lock. It was just he felt that there was really nothing he could do at that point. We've seen that before. Sometimes in American fighters, very seldom in a Brazilian fighter. Americans still have a little bit to learn here.
White is Pedro Rizzo from Brazil.
So the Brazilian Pedro Rizzo, the Marco Ruas protege, who we'll see fight later this evening, wins round 1 and fight 3 of this 4-fight first round. The competition will be Richard Red Hurd, the defending World Vale Tudo champion. He is 29 years old, 6'3", 230 pounds, from Ontario, California, displaying his belt that he won 4 months ago. His opponent, another Dutchman in tonight's competition.
Hello, I'm Red Hurd. I'm the returning Vale Tudo champion. I'm here to fight, not talk.
That's really the problem that a lot of these strikers have. They don't realize how good these guys are on the ground. If they're fighting an average guy who's just got an average ground game, that's fine. A striker may have a chance. But as we've seen here today, you have to be a superior striker, a superb striker, the best, to hold off a good ground fighter.
And we're ready for fight 4 in round 1. The competition will be Richard Red Hurd, the defending World Vale Tudo champion. He is 29 years old, 6'3", 230 pounds, from Ontario, California, displaying his belt that he won 4 months ago. His opponent, another Dutchman in tonight's competition, Michael Thielroy, 28 years old, 6'1", 220 pounds. He is a grappler, as is Hurd. Excuse me, Hurd is the grappler and Thielroy the striker. This, Greg, is a classic striker-grappler matchup.
Yeah, it really is. I expect Richard Red Hurd to try and take Thielroy right to the ground, because it's really just a secondary for him. He doesn't really do it until he gets to the ground. But
the fight is now underway. There's a strike from Thielroy, a couple elbows, and straight to the shoot is Hurd. Hurd brings him down with the leg and the body. Kicking off is Thielroy. Defending himself, now looking for the shoot on the ground. Trying to mount is Hurd.
He's on the side mount.
Thielroy down, side mount. Elbows and knees. Strikes to Hurd's head and middle body.
Thielroy surviving at this point purely on just pure strength. Ground skills are very limited.
Trying to do it with blows with very little leverage, and Hurd moving in for the kill. Trying to get on the full mount. Nice guard by Thielroy, but here come the blows from Hurd.
Blows by Hurd. Reverse, he could go for the choke here. He's
looking for the back choke, and I think
he's almost sinking it in.
And he does have the back choke. Thielroy is out. Hurd coming in like the snake grappler that he is, and he wins the fight against Michael Thielroy from Holland. So the Dutchman not faring well in tonight's competition.
Again, exactly what we expected. Awesome, awesome ground skills against awesome, awesome stand-up skills. But when they're all level, the ground guy's just going to come out on top.
will be Vernon Tiger White versus Yuri Ulanitsky. Here comes Vernon Tiger White.
Yuri Kalnitsky from Ukraine.
And here comes Ulanitsky. We know about these fighters now. Greg, in all 4 fights, the grappler beat the striker. Go over the dimensions of these fine fighters for you one more time. Vernon Tiger White, submission fighting is his discipline. He's 24 years old, 6'1", 208 pounds, wearing the black trunks, or I should say black Speedos. And out of the blue corner, Yuri Ulanitsky, the Russian, 23 years old. Sambo is his discipline, 6'1", 205. Couple leg strikes, side kicks. Going for the mountain is White, flipped over. Ulanitsky coming back up to his feet, trying to get in a lock. Here's White looking for a heel hook again, but Ulanitsky seems to have control.
Ulanitsky clearly the more experienced of the 2 fighters in submission. We'll see if White, how much he's learned.
White in a compromising position here, but still going for the heel to try and give some pain there to Ulanitsky. Falling out of the ring are both fighters, and they're going to reset and come back up. Sergio Balaterio demanding the fighters come back into the ring.
That was an awful close ankle crank. Vernon White's patented move. He loves that. That's what he tries to go for. Here they both stand up.
Tiger White avoiding a bullet there. Falling out of the ring. Here is a strike to the right leg. Right strike again. Vernon Tiger White, a good striker as well as submission fighting.
Yeah, both definitely have a lot of stand-up skills. They both are better on the ground, but both have kickboxing and taekwondo. Oh, a beautiful
high
round
kick, looking for the knockout.
Right, going for the finish. And it's over. It's over.
He calls the fight on a high kick by White.
A blistering right side kick to the head. Puts Ulanitsky in trouble. It stopped for a minute. This may not be over. They're calling in the doctor. They're calling in the doctor to take a close look. Ulanitsky clearly dazed.
Balaterio calling that quite early. Now, there's one way you can lose in this fight is by doctor intervention. Right now, we're going to find out if he has called the fight. Tiger White putting water on his head. Balaterio saying not so quickly. Looking into his eyes is the doctor. Ulanitsky took a nice high kick.
Beautiful round kick to the head. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful taekwondo. That's from his taekwondo spirit. It's clearly showing there. Balaterio's letting him go again.
I think Ulanitsky will be watching for the strikes, the high kicks from White. That was our first major strike of the tournament. Trying to get what Balaterio is telling us. They're going to call the fight.
It is over, and it should have been. The crowd obviously wanting more, but had they let White keep going, he might have seriously hurt Ulanitsky.
So Tiger White, we told you he had striking abilities, and he sure did on that one.
It was a beautiful kick.
Tiger White is a black belt in Taekwondo. He likes winning with the locks, but that time he did it with a strike to the head. And Ulanitsky's not happy with that. I'd like to get an interview and find out what's thinking. He is not happy.
Ulanitsky not happy at all, feeling he could have continued, but he was stunned. He was stunned. It was a beautiful kick. He set him up beautifully. 3 or 4 nice leg kicks, low, set him up.
blocking our view here. I am not able to see the ring. We'll take a look at the television screen. We'll explain that to our viewers. Tealroy able to come back in after losing to Hurd. Hurd then, with a broken ankle, I should say hurt ankle, disqualifies himself. And Tealroy, even though losing, gets to come in and challenge Rizzo. It was not a long match. The grappler, the Huas Vale Tudo specialist, winning that one easily.
Yeah, we don't allow in our competitions a loser to, if the guy bows out, usually the guy who fought in the next, who is going to fight in the next round gets a bye. No buys in our fight. You're going to fight again, whether it be a loser of his first match or someone else, but you're going to fight.
So Rizzo will fight Tealroy. This is a rule in Vale Tudo. Tealroy will come back in even though he lost. Going down quickly.
Two Muay Thai fighters here. Rizzo, of course, also having the ground skills.
Tealroy throwing some elbows, not very effective ones.
Tealroy could be in trouble here. Oh, and he taps. An armbar. A quick. An armbar. He's finished. Tealroy taking quite a beating tonight.
Pedro Rizzo advancing to the finals. He'll play Vernon Tiger White, and that should be a great matchup for him.
Yeah, it really should. Again, both guys, all-around fighters, kickers, punchers, and ground specialists.
Now entering the ring, Oleg Taktarov, 29 years old, the Russian Bear they call him, 6 feet tall, 210 pounds, and he's almost robotic, Greg.
Yeah, this guy is so calm and so confident. I've never seen anything like it before.
I wish Mark good luck, man.
My name is Marco Ruiz. Tonight is the night.
Champion. Oleg Taktarov won one as well. I believe it was 4 or 5. Both champions, two of the best fighters in the world right here. Many think these are the two best fighters in the world. This is the match that everybody's been waiting for.
What makes this fight especially interesting, even if Huas has a great fight, the Russian Bear, well, neither of these fighters like submission, but the Russian Bear almost has a robotic feel to him that he will never submit.
No one has ever made this guy tap out, and no one has ever knocked him out. Huas is the same way. Tonight, that should be unchanged.
The Russian Bear known for and we're off with the fight. Huas in short blacks with a left jab. Taktarov watching, trying to close the distance with a low kick. A right kick from Huas. Huas is explaining something. Is he talking a little bit of trash?
Toktarov already looks a little stunned from that jab. His eyes are a little glossy. It's a nice left jab by Huas. Huas, the former heavyweight champion.
Right kick. Right kick from Huas. Toktarov looking to his corner for some instruction. Both fighters keeping their distance. Left jab missing. Immense concentration on these fighters. Toktarov with a strike, not connecting. Huas with a left jab.
Huas staying a lot more in front of Toktarov than he did in his last fight. He's ready to punch it out.
Both fighters keeping their distance so far in this World Super Fight.
Oleg Toktarov showing some unusual boxing skills, which a lot of people think he can't stand up and fight. But he's actually able to stand in there with the best of them. And he's proven that here tonight.
Toktarov said that he expected Huas to come out a little bit more aggressive tonight, but that would allow him to look for an opportunity to shoot.
Yeah, he definitely wants to take Huas to the ground. Will Huas let him? That will be the question. Huas well-versed on the ground, though, not afraid to go down, but knowing that he's clearly the better stand-up fighter.
Oh,
a nice spinning back fist by Huas. Setting him up, setting up Toktarov. Laughing, smiling at him.
That was
edging him on, showing him the great boxing skills that he has. Toktarov doesn't stop, though. He continues to move forward.
Right jab. The left of Toktarov not landing any punches so far.
A heavy right hand misses by Huas.
Neither of the fighters have gone towards a clinch or a shoot so far.
Toktarov would
definitely with the left jab.
Toktarov would definitely like the clinch sooner than later, but Huas not giving him the opportunity yet. Toktarov's a very strong guy. If he lands one of those punches, Huas will be stunned.
Huas in the short black trunks. Toktarov in the longer ones. The World Super Fight of Vale Tudo. Here's some blows exchanged by both fighters.
Nice exchange it was. Both fighters connecting.
Huas not giving Toktarov a chance to come in. Huas the better striker of the two with the arms.
These guys know each other real well. They don't talk very much to each other, both men of very few words, but they understand each other, and there is respect in there for each other's abilities.
Speaking with Toktarov earlier this week, he has tremendous respect for Huas. In fact, he feels that if he fights Huas, he can fight anybody.
Yeah, whoever wins this fight is clearly going to be up there, possibly the best fighter in the world in my eyes.
Neither fighter going for many kicks or any shoots. This has been pretty much a boxing match so far. Well under 3 minutes into the first match.
Toktarov showing us some surprisingly good boxing skills here, standing in there with Marco Huas, who's an amazing boxer.
Right hook missing from Toktarov. Good slip by Huas. Huas now with the left connecting. Set it up with the right. Toktarov looking as if he has had some punches land.
Yeah, Toktarov is no new man to being punched. He's used to taking abuse, but takes it better than anyone I've ever seen.
Oh, there
goes Toktarov. Huas with a strong right-left combination.
Nice left hook.
Toktarov gets right back off the canvas.
The Brazilian crowd shouting, Huas, Huas. Definitely the hometown favorite.
Takes a lot to stop the Russian Bear, though.
I'm not sure that was a knockdown more than it was a fall down. Nonetheless, Toktarov bleeding heavily over the right eye. Wiping blood out of the way. He did connect. There's so much for my knockdown theory. Another exchange to the face of Taktarov, setting it up with the right. Again.
The Russian Bear coming forward, but Huas is not going to let him go to the clinch. He's seen every best jiu-jitsu fighter in the world, and he is not going to let him clinch unless he wants him to.
Another right, another left. Only the left landing. Taktarov trying with the right, not landing. Left jab by Huas, checking his distance. Taktarov will take any amount of punishment someone could give him. So far, he's taken a good
goes for the attempted takedown.
That was the first attempt at a shoot we've seen. Taktarov unsuccessful with that knee from Rojas defending it.
Defending it well, he was.
What can we expect if this fight goes down to the ground?
A whole different style fight. But actually, probably I would expect a lot of abuse from Huas. Taktarov taking it, working for the submission on Huas. That's where he's better.
Taktarov getting some inside.
Charging aggressively.
Taktarov not landing many punches, but being aggressive nonetheless.
Huas working the jab. Oh, and in comes Taktarov.
Taktarov
not a lot of boxing
for
schools, but a ton of heart.
That time a right landed from Taktarov. Taktarov bleeding heavily over the right eye.
Very patient still, though. Stands right in there.
There's an exchange and a knee. A knee kick to the face. I'm not sure if it landed, but it was set up by a fury of punches from Huas.
Still very calm as Taktarov, a very patient fighter. Just waits for his opponent to make a mistake, and Huas is well aware of that. Taktarov will stand there with you all day, let you punch him, kick him, and wait for the opportunity.
Taktarov trying to come inside. He's 2 inches smaller than Rojas. And this has turned into a boxing match. Body jab. The boxing match definitely favors Huas.
No question here. The former heavyweight boxing champion of Brazil, Muay Thai heavyweight champion. This guy can kick, he can punch, but he's very content with just standing in and punching. If Taktarov's going to stand in and punch with him,
and go for the clinch. Huas trying to get out of the clinch, but has to stay with it, and he does get out of the clinch. It looked as if Huas did not want to be in the clinch with Taktarov.
And he broke right out of it.
Huas showing us some of his strategy.
If he doesn't want to be clinched, he won't be clinched. Especially none of these guys are not wearing gis here tonight. They're wearing shorts. There's not much to grab. Huas back to the jab.
Now a cut on the right bottom lip of Taktarov. A right hook just misses from Taktarov.
And it was a very strong one. If that would have landed, Huas would have been in trouble. Although he can take a hell of a punch.
Huas looking to swing, goes low. Exchange here right in front of Greg Friedman and I at ringside in Sao Paulo, Brazil for the Vale Tudo Super Fight Championship.
Taktarov doing amazingly well, believe it or not, standing in there with Huas. I mean, this guy is a pure champion, pure boxer. Taktarov, not totally content, but willing to do it. He's not charging in as fully as he normally would. Again, showing the respect for the punching ability of Huas.
As well as the good defense with the knees. He tried to shoot earlier, and Huas was able to ward him off. There's a right hook and a left. Another right hook to the body. There's a deluge of punches to the stomach of the Russian Bear. Again, not landing on those two.
Taktarov coming right back with the left right of his own. Not connecting, though. Just can't stand there and box with Huas thus far. Left jab with Huas.
I would expect Taktarov to go to the shoot very soon. I can't tell if that is a cut that Huas has under his lip. but I think it is just blood from his opponent.
Yeah, normally Toktarov will just charge right in on anybody, not risking much at all because of their punching ability. Huas is one of the strongest fighters, if not the strongest fighters, in Vale Tudo competition. This is his art.
Huas with the left jab, distancing himself. Toktarov, little feints, with quick left jab. Little feints, warding off Huas's attack. There's a right-left from Huas, landing on both, but only to the body. Huas definitely landing more punches and throwing more in this World Super Fight Championship.
And for that, looks a little bit more tired than Toktarov. Toktarov very patient, not breathing heavily at all. Huas definitely the more aggressive of the fighters thus far, throwing lefts, and rights, combinations. A left-right again. Toktarov trying for the takedown. Over the ropes. He doesn't want to break. Oh, Huas with another left-right to break him loose. See, when you have two sweaty bodies on you like this, the clinch is really tough when you're fighting someone like Huas. Against anybody wearing a gi, he would hold him tight and throw him to the ground. But Huas, being strong enough and sweaty enough at this point, the Sambo champ, Oleg Toktarov, cannot take him to the ground.
So far, we're well into this super fight. It has been a boxing match with very few attempts at bringing one another to the ground. Toktarov tried, but Huas was able to ward him off. Large right cut on the top of Toktarov's right eye and on the bottom of his right side of his face.
They're in the clinch.
There's a headbutt from Huas. Huas loves that headbutt when he's down in the clinch. He comes up with the back of his head to hit his opponent's chin. Very effective and sometimes deliver a knockout blow.
Another left-right, just missing by Toktarov. He just can't seem to quite get his range, but he's willing to stand in there. A left-right and a right. A nice right by Toktarov on the jaw of Huas. Left-right, nice left-right exchange by both.
Toktarov unable to land many of his punches. In that fury, he did seem to get a few in on Huas.
Just truly amazing athletes. These guys just stand in the ring, just keep going. No time limits. They're boxing. I don't know any boxers that could stand here and go, we're probably, 15 minutes into the match, and these guys are just standing there. There's no timeout, no water drinks. These guys are tough.
Very, very long match. This could be 30 minutes is the time limit. At that point, it'll go to a referee's decision, judge's decision. Both fighters keeping their distance, taking a breather, and here comes Huas with a left, a right, up against the ropes. A deluge of punches. He landed 2 or 3 of those 5 punches.
He's hitting Toktarov awful hard here, but Toktarov just stands right there. You just can't put this guy down. He's like a George Foreman. He just stands in there. He's got a tremendous amount of heart.
Toktarov trying to land some punches. That time he stood in and kept his face wide open for Huas. Toktarov with a...
Both standing, breathing, taking a little break here. Both men with their hands down. One setting the other up. One of them's going to make a move.
At this point, fatigue becomes a large factor.
Toktarov challenging. Everybody can see it and can sense it. Come on to the ground. Come on to the ground. And Huas says, okay. He's waiting for his time, though. These guys are talking to each other. These guys know each other so well.
Left hook missing by Toktarov. Huas with a cut on the top of his head, bleeding down the left side of his face. Little feint jabs. A fake turnaround elbow. Huas talking a little trash, but I think it's all in respect.
Yeah, both of these guys egging each other on. A little talk. Hey, let's go to the ground. Hey, let's box. They know what they're doing.
Interesting note about Toktarov. He was a professional businessman, quite a good businessman in Russia, and told us he quit because he loved to do what he is doing now in fighting.
Yeah, an amazing story. Oleg Toktarov, very successful in and out of the ring. This guy is truly a champion. Marco Huas, we tried to do an interview with him earlier, and he just says, I do my speaking in the ring, and he is sure doing that here tonight.
If it comes down to a decision, if the fight were to end now, I'd have to give it to Huas.
Yeah, Huas clearly above on points. That jab and the right hook and the right straight is just nailing Toktarov. Not as often as he'd like to, but enough to definitely score some blows and give Toktarov a nice headache.
Toktarov trying to throw the strikes to get inside and possibly go to the ground with Huas.
Yeah, just isn't able to do it at this point.
Huas defending himself well with the artillery, the rights and lefts of the Brazilian phenomenal Vale Tudo fighter.
Yeah, Toktarov very patient, waiting his time, says, I'll get mine. Go ahead, punch me. I can take anything you can throw. But when we go to the ground, it'll be another story. That's the attempt here.
A little feint kick with the left, telling him he's trying to bring Huas down. I don't think it'll be that easy. A little left jab. Toktarov not landing, just setting up his distance, trying to go for the shoot. Both fighters being patient. There's
nice hard body shot. I could feel that from here. He threw that wide and hard right on the ribs, but Toktarov just keeps coming.
A left and a right from Toktarov to the body of Huas.
Not landing. The jab, couple three strong. Right jabs, not connecting too solidly. Huas as the crowd is chanting. Toktarov a little bit out of his realm here in Brazil.
So far, a boxing match. We're well into this fight. The left from Toktarov barely landing. Huas now with the knee and arms.
Toktarov holding him tight. Going for the takedown.
Looking for the takedown. And he's brought back outside, pushed outside by Huas.
He was willing to let him loose and take a swing and went for the hard punch. That was very unusual of Toktarov when he had someone in that position. Normally he will throw him hard to the ground. Two sweaty bodies, hard for the takedown. A great fight thus far. Just what people expected.
Toktarov, the Russian.
These Vale Tudo matches, they're usually so unpredictable. Tonight, there has just been a great story of what people wanted to do, coming in and doing it.
Of course, after this fight, we'll have the finals of the round of 8 between Vernon Tiger White and Pedro Rizzo. There's a right knee to the face of Toktarov. Marco Huas showing his power. Toktarov's face quite bloody now. Cut over the right eye and the lower lip. Huas, couple left jabs. Excuse me, right jabs. Little sweep kick from Toktarov, ineffective. There's a right side kick from Huas. Both fighters talking to one another. There's a left jab connecting on the nose of Toktarov. There's a right kick. Toktarov just not able to get inside, Greg.
Back to the punching game. That was a punishing right leg kick by Huas to the leg. Oleg not wanting any part of that. Trying to go back to his boxing game. Keep control, keep Huas fighting his game, which is fine. He's boxing him. He's not taking too much abuse. He's taking some shots, but he can take him. He can take him. Waiting for the opportunity. Let Huas tire and hopefully take him down to the ground.
A little right jab toying with Toktarov. A side kick, ineffective. There's a kick that hurt from Huas. To the left thigh of Toktarov. I could see the welch from here already. Another right kick from Huas. Toktarov's manager in the corner here yelling, "Stop the fight." There's another kick. The base of Toktarov filled with blood. Toktarov wanting to know the time.
Yeah, Toktarov wanting to find the time, how much he has time to survive in this match, because so far it has been all Marco Huas. It's kind of a gentleman's agreement here that the powerful leg kicks of Marco Huas can pretty much break down a tree. And he's been very gentlemanlike not to punish the legs of the smaller,
quick right
not
sweep
as good
almost
kicker
took Toktarov down.
as Oleg Toktarov. Huas now stalking his prey. Toktarov standing in, throws a left hook. Not afraid to stand in there.
Right kick by Toktarov.
Toktarov throwing a round kick.
Toktarov again going inside, but Huas able to ward him off with a fury of punches. We're in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the world super fight of Vale Tudo.
We're seeing the bloody face of Oleg Toktarov, which is very typical for him.
The kick almost took Toktarov down.
Stalking and talking, stalking and talking. Huas now going to the leg kicks, which could be big trouble for Toktarov. He has the power to break a leg with those kicks. If he connects hard, which he's kicking like halfway on those. Toktarov rubbing his leg, not wanting a whole lot to do with that. Huas going for the knockout, throwing a left, right, stalking his prey. But Toktarov comes right back to the middle of the match. I'm ready here for you. I'm right here. I'm right in front of you.
Toktarov,
his kicks just aren't able to do anything.
Toktarov, the heart of the bear. It's definitely showing right now. That's why they call him the Russian bear. Huas setting up with the leg kicks and then coming with the furious punches. Here's another right kick.
These kicks just aren't able to do anything though on Huas. Huas, a Muay Thai heavyweight champion, kicks as hard as anybody in Vale Tudo competition. Muay Thai combines kicks, punches, knees, and elbows. And the big part of it is those back leg kicks. You can see in the back of Oleg's leg, it's nice and red. If Huas wants to, he can probably kick and break that leg right through.
Left jab, right kick.
Whoa, a nice spinning heel kick to the head of Toktarov misses. Huas showing a lot here that people have never seen before. Just pure boxing ability, not going to the ground. Very few people in Vale Tudo competition are able to keep someone from taking them to the ground. Here comes Toktarov coming with the flurry.
Coming inside.
Flurry going to try for the takedown again. Huas doesn't allow him to do it.
Toktarov trying to get inside, using his strikes as a defense as he makes the shoot.
Huas just saying whatever you want. Toktarov standing there thinking, what's my strategy? How could I stop this man?
How can Toktarov get inside?
He needs to counterpunch, get inside, make Huas miss, go for the clinch, and stay with it. And that's the hard part, especially with sweaty bodies like you have right in front of you.
Well into this match, easily 15 minutes into this match. Nice
punishing leg kick by Huas to the thigh of Taktarov. Taktarov just looking at him, hoping he can find a way to go.
High right.
And Huas puts a high kick to the head. Does not go, though. Cannot connect. See, the tough part about this for a normal, natural grappler is when you fight a good puncher, if he's able to keep you off and not let you get your body to body, as they call it, that's what you want to do here as a grappler. You want to get your body on their body to stop from the punches and the kicks. And if you're able to do that, it could be your fight. But he's unable to do that against Huas here today.
A right kick by Huas. The left leg of Taktarov taking quite a punishment. Evidently, his face is too. We got a cut on the top right of his eye, lower lip.
Still the heart of a champion. He stands right there. This guy's not about to submit.
Taktarov down on the ground, falling backwards. Huas going in for the kill.
This is what Taktarov wants, though. Oh, surprisingly, he gets back to his feet.
Is there a possibility that he didn't want to go down in that fashion? He wanted to bring Huas down with him.
Yeah, actually, that's one of his styles. He's not afraid. He likes to lie on his back and pull you down, egg you on. Come on, get me on the ground, because that's where he is the best.
There's a right sweep kick. Taktarov doing a good job of keeping his balance on those kicks.
The Russian Bear's face is real bloody at this point, but it doesn't even seem to affect Oleg. He's thinking a little bit more now. But he's still waiting for his opportunity, picking his shots, waiting for Huas to make a mistake. That's his game plan. Huas, make a mistake, and I will put you in pain. So far, Huas has fought just a beautiful fight.
No jabs landing from Taktarov. Huas looking to close the distance. Here's a kick. Taktarov looking to close the distance now.
Yeah, he's just picking right where he has just enough range. He's trying to stay out of the jabbing power of Huas. Taktarov a jab. A nice heel kick by Huas. Never seen that in one of these competitions. Usually people really try stand basic with a front, side, and a round kick. Huas dancing around the ring, throwing us, showing everybody all kinds of stuff. A real fan pleaser. Heel kicks, spinning kicks, round kicks. This guy is really a complete fighter. 1995, the Japanese press voted him the most complete fighter in the world, and he is sure displaying that here today.
Huas setting it up with the jabs and going to several different kicks tonight. The last kick we just saw, there's a right kick.
He's sticking and moving now, sticking and moving like he did in the first fight. He's been much more aggressive than he was here since his last fight. He had something to prove here, and he is definitely proving it today. The left-right combo misses. Taktarov still right there. What a champion himself, standing right there against one of the hardest punchers in Vale Tudo competition. And he stands right in front of him. Here I am for you. Here I am. And he's taking punishment for it. But he will not go down. He will not give up.
Right jab. Taktarov trying to get the punches in, but unable to do so.
Yeah, just can't find the range. Huas just has too much boxing experience. He's got that range picked out just perfectly.
Left jab missing, right jab. Right kick to the knee
of Taktarov. Yeah, he's starting to feel it in his knee. He's trying to stay off that. He doesn't know what to do. There's not much of a defense when you haven't trained in Muay Thai to defend against that.
Those kicks are over. Cut a tree in half. The leg of Taktarov has to be feeling it now. Coming near the end of this fight.
The look on Huas's eye, he's stalking his prey. He wants to finish him. He's got a strong right hand. Taktarov goes for the takedown. Huas able to keep him off.
The only way Taktarov's going to be able to win this fight.
And there goes Taktarov. Taktarov able to... Taktarov able to mount Huas. He's in a half guard.
In the half guard,
Taktarov.
Taktarov.
Both resting, thinking, picking their spots.
He found the weakness on that leg sweep by Huas.
Yep, he's waiting the whole fight for it, waiting for that one opportunity to take him to the ground. He's done it.
Good.
Huas throwing some body shots, tapping, banging to the back of the head.
Both fighters too near one another to really get any strikes in. Huas trying to remove the hook.
We do have a 30-minute time limit in this fight. If it goes beyond, they will not go to the cards. This is either a decision or no decision in this fight here today.
And they're going to call it to time. That fight ended anticlimactically in the fact that Taktarov brought Huas down. He found the weakness he was looking for, but just ran out of time.
They had gentlemanly hug, professional sportsmanship. Truly, two champions in the ring here today. Two great fighters, hugging, respecting each other like nothing I've ever seen before. These guys could beat anybody. That's why we put a 30-minute time limit on this one, because we knew if these guys could go 30 minutes, which they did, these guys hated each other before this fight, wanted to prove something to the world. Huas proved it. Taktarov proved it. They're both still champions.
We still have the decision to go, although
there will be no decision in this match.
So a fine display of Huas Vale Tudo from Marco Huas in the Vale Tudo World Super Fight.
This guy's really showing what a complete fighter he is, winning one by submission, one with the round kick. This guy is a complete fighter. This guy is built for Vale Tudo.
It's Vernon Tiger White once again. I'm going to take this home, whether anybody out there likes it or not. It's mine.
So the hometown favorite from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He's a Huas Vale Tudo disciplinaire. He's 22 years old, 6'1", 225 pounds.
Yeah, Rizzo really an all-around fighter.
I'm gonna win because I'm gonna prove that Huas Vale Tudo is the best style.
And both of these fighters have incredible striking ability.
Have to give the edge on the strikes to Rizzo. It's a heavy leg kicker. Oh, see, you notice a nice leg block.
Rizzo on your left, Vernon on your right. Both fighters keeping their distance. White looking for the kick. He won a quarterfinal match to Ulinski with a roundhouse kick.
Rizzo, a very heavy leg kicker. White, much more of a high kicker specialist, coming from the Taekwondo background. And Rizzo, with the Muay Thai background, is much more leg kicking.
We've seen some leg kicks. There's the front kick from White.
Both willing to stand at this point, feeling pretty comfortable.
Rizzo, a lot to prove. There's the high kick that took out Ulanitsky, just didn't get enough behind it.
It was a nice block by Rizzo. Let's not. Rizzo stalking White.
Would Rizzo be looking for the shoot at this point?
No, he's comfortable standing up. He's very comfortable standing up. This guy is a Muay Thai fighter. This guy is one of the best Muay Thai fighters in the world. He's very comfortable on his feet.
A right kick exchange from both fighters. A boxing match much like the World Super Fight so far. There's a right kick from Rizzo.
White going for the shoot.
White going for the shoot.
Rizzo able to break him away. That's the completeness of Rizzo, able to push him off, not being able to let White take him to the ground, as most people would have just fallen right into that.
There's a left-right sweep by Rizzo, I should say.
Nice leg inside kick. You can already see the redness on the right thigh of White from those very powerful Muay Thai kicks that Rizzo puts out.
Both fighters wearing identical trunks. White on your right.
White throwing those traditional Taekwondo, very high kicks. May expose himself.
White with little feints to distract Rizzo. Both fighters trying to distract each other with the little hand feints. There's a right kick by White. Front kick. Right kick from Rizzo. Both fighters exchanging low kicks.
You can really see the difference in styles and the difference in kicks. Rizzo really staying on those thighs, inside legs, inside knees, and White more so of a high kicker, and when he does, it's really a karate kick. It's a straight kick, or it's a round kick, but it kicks in different areas of the leg.
Right kick to the inside thigh of White from Rizzo. There's a front kick. You see that in Taekwondo. Right
Keep Rizzo
kick.
off.
And another right kick.
Notice the knee blocking by Rizzo. To block that round kick from a traditional karate guy, a Muay Thai fighter just lifts his leg and blocks it with his thigh.
If the fighters get in a clinch, you'd have to see Rizzo going to those knees that are so prevalent with Muay Thai fighters. Right, straight kick.
Pushing Rizzo back.
Another right kick. Brazilians chanting on for Rizzo. This is the final of the World Vale Tudo Championship 2 from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Strong leg kicks from Rizzo, starting to pay their dividend.
Rizzo closing the distance on White. White with a straight kick to ward him off, and another one. Right kick from Rizzo, we've seen a lot.
The front kick is more of a defensive kick. It's there to keep Rizzo off.
Keeps his distance with the front kick. We've seen White throw plenty of those. There's another one, checking Rizzo's distance.
Rizzo's kicks are there to break you down.
And he's landed quite a few to White, but White has countered with a few himself. You can see the welts on the left leg of Rizzo.
Yeah, you can. They're both starting to feel those leg kicks. It's going to go to the ground soon.
On your left, Vernon Tiger White out of Stockton, California. On your right, Pedro Rizzo, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This is the final of the World Vale Tudo Championship 2. Another left kick, not doing much damage, just trying to break Tiger White down.
Yeah, they're both very comfortable standing. This is really nice to see the completeness of these fighters. They both proved they can do it on the ground. Now they're standing.
Both showing their patience and discipline in this fight. There's another straight kick. And the left sweep from Rizzo.
This is a very typical Hubert Vale Tudo style fighting. Box, kick, and then when you go to the ground, be able to finish it.
On the ground, we're not sure who it would favor. Tiger White out of the Lions Den, a submission fighter. He likes being on the ground, but of course, Hubert Vale Tudo is the discipline for Rizzo, and he doesn't mind the ground either.
Yeah, I really look forward to it, should it get that far.
A left jab and a right straight kick from White to fend off Rizzo's attempt.
White is definitely one of the best standing fighters I've seen out of the Lion's Den. They're really submission fighters. They want to go right to the ground. White is standing up strong, left, rights, good kicks. He's a great stand-up fighter.
Right hook from White, hitting a little earlier. There's the left kick from Rizzo. Straight. White coming into the
Go for the clinch.
kick to the knee.
Down goes White.
And White is down on the ground. He's fending off. He's fending off Rizzo.
Rizzo stalking him.
He's stalking him. He's got him. He's going to try and go for the mount. He's going for the side mount. But White curling over and blocking. Kick to the head. And we might have a knockout. And we do. Pedro Rizzo knocking him out.
That's
with
it.
a big kick
That's
to
it.
the
A kick
back
to the head.
of the head.
Pedro Rizzo.
What happened on that? That seemed like a good kick to the back of the head. Was it enough to knock him out?
Obviously so. He is not getting up quickly. What I saw there was he went down to the ground, which is fine for a lot of these submission fighters. They'll generally try and pull the fighter down with them. Unable to do it. Rizzo connecting with a kick to the head. That's all.
We'll take a look at it on replay. But what seemed evident, they're taking a look at White. It doesn't look good at this point. He's talking.
Oh, he's fine. He just was a little shook up.
What was interesting about that fight, when he had him down on the ground, he seemed to flip his legs over to ward off Rizzo.
Exactly. A very nice technique. That's what you want to do, is to keep him off of you and try and hopefully pull him down to you. The situation never got that far. A nice kick. Rizzo knows how to finish. Learned that from the best in the world, Marco Huas, who he's given a great big hug to. Happy to see him, pulling him in the ring. This is a team to be reckoned with.
Vernon Tiger White is up and walking. Both fighters congratulating or saying hello and paying their respects to one another. Pedro Rizzo will be the world Vale Tudo champion from Sao Paulo, Brazil. He ends it in a knockout of Tiger White from Stockton, California. Let's go to the ring for the victory announcement.
Pedro Rizzo.
Pedro Rizzo from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the Huas Vale Tudo fighter, victorious over Vernon Tiger White.